Last Monday of October, this is News Today. We're coming to you live from our studios here in Kokomlimli, also live on DSTV, channel 421, GoTV, channel 125. My name is Emefa Akosia Adeti. Top stories today. Stakeholders call for all on hands deck approach to curb recurring violence in Boko as police works to restore calm there. Would also be on the campaign trail for update as NDC's John Mahama urges religious leaders and National Peace Council to address pre-election violence threats.
Elections, we should never forget that peace is fragile. And like an egg, once it is cracked, it cannot be put together again without the scars showing.
We'll also hear from the Movement for Change's Alan Chemanchin, who is promising to upgrade commercial vehicles in Ghana. There is business, news, sports news, and world news in this package. Please stay. It's 40 days to the 2024 elections. Remember, this is your election headquarters. Now, let's hit the campaign trail now. Presidential candidate for the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, is calling on religious groups and National Peace Council to speak out against violence, particularly ahead of the elections when there are signs of electoral rule violation. He's been speaking at the ceremony in Yendi to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Catholic Diocese of Yendi and in honor of Bishop Emeritus Most Reverend Vincent Sowa Boy Nai.
My brothers and sisters in the Lord, Ghana is known for its peaceful religious coexistence. We've always been the envy of many countries in our sub-region where peace has eluded them. Whether in football or in politics, even when we disagree, we have always respected each other's views. The peaceful resolution of various conflicts in Yendi is a testimony of our desire for peaceful existence and progress. But this peace, this gift, precious gift, must never be taken for granted. As we approach the elections, we should never forget that peace is fragile. And like an egg, once it is cracked, it cannot be put together again without the scars showing. Recent events that have taken place of unprovoked violence are deeply troubling. We've also witnessed attacks and various forms of violence visited on young people peacefully embarking on health walks or expressing their opinions. We must never again unleash fatal violence on our people at polling stations, peacefully expressing their democratic rights to choose their leaders. We must all commit not to be the first to throw the stone. The peace and tranquility of our country means more to me than anything else. We must also commit not to allow impunity to fester in this context, and I would like to call on the religious community in particular and all groups, including the Peace Council in the regions and at the national level, working for peace and non-violence, to speak out when the threat of violence occurs.
Moving away from the NDC, let's move to Movement for Change. Its presidential candidate, Alan Chemanchin, has pledged to replace outdated taxis and trotros with new vehicles if elected as president. Now, speaking at the Adenta taxi station during a campaign stop, he highlighted plans to leverage local automobile assembly plants established under his tenure as the Minister for Trade and Industry to implement the policy.
They say with the new formula but that is the people. Once they say they produce cars for Ghana. So we are aware. And as I say, no, work hard that. No saw the bar, we are the people man. Not why any work can pay. It's a yes of Mahama. So I say, na new cars no yɛde ama mo na yɛde old ones yi a yɛbɛgye no na yɛde kɔ nkurase no so mo so nya aka number 3 so ɛyɛ spare parts no ne kɔ kɔ so a ka adwuma no yɛ na bɛde yɛno so sɛnɛ maka after 2 years no yɛbɛyi spare parts duty ne biribiara afiri so ana last one so yɛ petrol no ɛnam sɛ yɛtu oil na yɛyɛ export no nti yɛwi a ne asa akɔpraba nti sɛ dollar no anasi na wɔde akɔ fam a na ama fuel price kɔ sɛsɛ after 1-2 years yɛ export ayimbe yɛbɛ process ne nyinaa wɔ ha sɛ de bɛyɛ a sɛ dollar no koraa no affect petrol prices wɔn sɛ mama mo 4 solid ayi and they say some to my land. MPP ni NDC. What is some car transport was it? Because someone said, "Omo, if you am by transporter, there is a problem."
The opposition National Democratic Congress says it's not surprised by the Afrobarometer report that shows the Electoral Commission is one of the least trusted institutions in Ghana. Speaking on News Desk earlier, Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, said the EC hasn't worked enough to earn the trust of Ghanaians.
Clearly, I think the report is even charitable to the Electoral Commission. The 28% they've chalked, they are charitable to them. They should have been somewhere around 10%. Because this current Electoral Commission, their integrity is in tatters completely. They have not shown enough to warrant even the 28% they have chalked. If you look at their posturing, their behavior, their attitude towards our electoral system, clearly tells you that they are not up for the tax. They are just there as if God is for us all. That is the kind of system they are running. And clearly, if you look at from their behavior, from the onset, since the beginning of this year, January, when we started attending IPAC, I think not because of our ingenuity and our eagle eye, a lot would have happened in this country. We had to prevent certain happenings from the Electoral Commission, and we had to expose certain behavior of them for the general public to come in. And for the first time, you've seen that they had to abandon their own provisional voter register and come out with a revised provisional voter register, and even had to go further to do additional exhibition, albeit online exhibition. This has never happened because of their own behavior, their own attitude. And so we will keep on monitoring them. We'll keep on keeping our eagle eye on them to be sure that they don't shortchange Ghanaians.
Away from elections, now the National Coordinator for West African Network for Peace Building, Albert Yeliyang, is asking for an all-hands-on-deck approach to curb the recurring violence in Boko. His comments follow a renewed clash in the area, which has killed some 8 people. We'll hear from him in a bit, but first, let's get an update from Upper East correspondent Albert Sorry. Hi, Albert.
Hi.
Hi, Albert. Good afternoon. So tell me, what is the situation like currently? I know that the police has said that calm has been restored, but please give us an update currently.
Right. The network is a bit unstable, but what I can tell you is that this afternoon, a bit of calm has returned to Boko because of the high security presence in the town. What we know is that because of the and so because of that, we are not seeing any shootings or hearing a gunshot. Like we had that we've noticed this afternoon is that a lot of the public and even private offices have closed and gone home. One notable such offices is the offices of the Boko Municipal Assembly, which we have realized that this afternoon is locked up, and there are notices pasted on the doors and also on the notice board of the Municipal Assembly, indicating that this new chief who has been installed, Seydou Abagri, if he is not arrested, those people who have put this notice there are threatening that they will return and burn down the Boko Municipal Assembly office, as you would see in the video showing now. We do not know the people who put these notices there, but what we can report is that there's nobody currently at the office of the Boko Municipal Assembly, and the streets of Boko are almost deserted.
Well, Albert, I hope that the network is able to pardon me here, but do we know anything about the persons that we have lost so far? Anything at all?
Yes, so one of the things that has come to my notice this afternoon is that although the target, the people who were being targeted in that bus attack were members of the faction, the opposite faction, you know, that the perpetrators who did this were looking for. Unfortunately, it appears that some innocent people have also been killed. I'm told that about 3 people who are from Bongo, they are neither Mampusis nor Kusasi, were in that bus and ostensibly were also attacked. I'm yet to fully confirm this because the Regional Security Council has been very busy. We haven't been able to reach the regional minister nor the police commander to give us any answers. But this is something that one of my sources is telling me. We do not know about the rest of the people who have been murdered, but the suspicion is that the people who carried out the attack were asking the passengers to show their Ghana card because they were looking for people who are members of the opposing faction.
Okay.
And so they pulled them out of the bus and lynched them. Some were shot in the bus, and this is the situation that we have.
Wow, that's quite sad. Let me also go to Eliasu Tanko from Walewale, one of the affected areas where authorities say measures have been put in place to ensure the safety of travelers using the Tamale-Walewale highway. Eliasu, if you can hear me, please give me an update. Well, do I still have Eliasu?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, as you mentioned, the authorities in the Northeast region are saying that they are putting measures to secure this particular highway. That part of it was blocked yesterday by unknown gunmen. As we speak today, I have traveled, and I can tell you that I'm here to see these particular security forces that have been deployed on this road. The only security forces that I saw was a pickup vehicle that was parked and
Oh, the network is not on our side, but I'm sure that we're bringing you updates in subsequent bulletin. But let's also hear from Albert Yalayang, who is with One Up Ghana. If you can hear me, say good afternoon. What really can we do to this that's almost becoming a cancer? How can we nip this in the bud very, very permanently?
So one would think that, yes, we should continue to do proper analysis that will determine actions that we can take that will not be counterproductive, because if the ground is not right for certain initiatives, then it becomes more challenging for maintaining stability in the area. So we need to continue to do a lot more interaction, do a lot more discussion, engagement with the parties, and other stakeholders who probably are benefiting from this conflict, so that we can come to a point where we can speak directly to each other, on the issue. We know that Boko has several prominent people who are old, some are still young, and all that. Some of them know too well this conflict, and have been part of processes that stakeholders have implemented. can we not rely on such people who are out of Boko and who are in Boko so that they can support to address the issue? There are so many elders from Boko, prominent ones, and I think that they are kind of failing us, as far as resolving the Boko conflict is concerned.
Now, moving away from Boko, let's come to Accra. Now, the Kotoka International Airport has been inundated with supporters of the governing New Patriotic Party who are there to welcome Foreign Affairs Minister Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey, who was recently elected as the Secretary General of the Commonwealth. Madam Botchwey has become the second African and woman to occupy that position. Some of the supporters, mostly from Anyao Sotum constituency, where she was MP until 2021, expressed their joy as her election and hope that the new position will benefit Ghana.
So we are here to welcome her from the victory of being the Secretary General for the Commonwealth, incoming Secretary General for the Commonwealth. So we are here to welcome her and let her know that yes, we are in support of what she has been able to achieve for Mother Ghana and Africa and the world at last.
Yeah, we are all happy to be here this morning. We thank God for the life of Ayoko-Botchwey. She has done a lot for Anyao Sotum, and by the grace of God, is now the Secretary General for the Commonwealth. We are happy and we are here to welcome her.
The Kotoka International Airport is definitely a place to be. Now, moving on, the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTEC, has announced its decision to abandon negotiations with government over what it describes as a deliberate attempt to shortchange its members. The association on August 20 called off the 8-week strike after the intervention of the Vice President, Dr. Mahama to address some pressing demands by the end of October. However, the association claims after calling off its strike, there has not been progress, describing the negotiation with the government as fruitless. Now, Prince Obin Hema is president of CTEC.
How can you explain to people that you went on strike and the office of the Vice President intervened? Promised to resolve the issues. You went on strike and the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations intervened. You went on strike and the Minister of Education intervened, promised that they were going to resolve all the issues, pay the monies involved, see to the migration by October. And as we speak now, nobody is telling anybody, anything. It is clear that our issue cannot be prioritized by them. And as a union, members, leaders, we have that responsibility, particularly when we have this economy where it's biting on everybody. We want to thank them and let them know that now that they've proven that they cannot prioritize our welfare, we are going to advise ourselves big time in such a manner that will shake the very fundamentals of the country, will shake the very fundamentals of teacher education like never before. We met at the NEC meeting. The NEC of the association wants me to communicate this clearly to all Ghanaians that soon and very soon we are going to advise ourselves, and the definition of that advice will be one that will be surprising to all Ghanaians. We have done it before because we have the right to strike, we have the strike to do other things, and we are going to act within the remit of the Constitution, with the remit of the national labor, laws and what have you, and it will be one that will be reflective of we people taking our destiny into our own hands and ensuring that our people get our fair share of the national cake.
Prince Obin Hema joins us on phone for an update. Mr. Obin Hema, good afternoon and thank you for joining us. What does this decision really mean for CTEC?
Good afternoon, Emefa, and good afternoon to your cherished listeners and viewers. To say that we are disappointed is, understatement. And as I said, let me repeat that we are only finding it difficult to see how people from the next generation, from one generation, can stay if their children are one. A group called CESAC went on strike in the Vice President's office, led by Honorable Fedowari, asked us to repose confidence in him, give him that trust, give the office that respect, that they will be resolved the matters, and that they couldn't. That the Minister of Education, that the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations all give promises which have turned out to be mirage. We are saying that what they have done clearly shows that they do not have the welfare of the tutors for that, and that they cannot prioritize our issues. So we are going to advise ourselves. And the definition of the advice, as I said, we have right to strike, right to demonstrate, right to do any other thing that falls within the 4 pillars of the Constitution of Ghana, and for that matter, the 2003, labor laws.
Well, we have just about 40 days to elections, and I always say that even if the current NPP would win, there would be change of government. And if that happens, what would be the way forward for CTEC?
We do not tie our thing to government. We believe that running the state, and for that matter, we teaching is continuum. Government may change, government may remain. The fact that we don't stop producing teachers and providing service to teacher education because government is in place or government has changed. We are saying that the nation Ghana owes CTEC members that responsibility to ensure that the good things are done. So election or no election, that's why our action is not tied to, election. It's been running, and I know that you've been following. We've met on countless occasions on our front. So we are saying that election or no election, we are prepared to press on the accelerator very hard.
And so this abandonment of negotiation will continue till when?
But there is nothing. Nobody can smuggle or introduce the term negotiation into anything because the arbitral awards are clear. It's been almost 2 years. They've proven that they are not interested in pursuing. They've proven that any attempt to call for any meeting is an attempt to seek to engage us so that everybody will think they are engaging us while they know in the bottom of their heart that they are not going to do anything. So we are not ready for any such engagement. We are saying that between now and up to when we advise ourselves, they have that responsibility to ensure that all year-round compensation, which the tutors did and the National Labour Commission asked the nation to pay to CTEC members 1 month, basic salary should be paid. We are looking forward to, the state, through the Ministry of Finance, also migrating the staff of the colleges from where we are currently to the level where it will commensurate with the work we do by way of equating us to our counterparts in the public tertiary institutions. That's what we're asking for.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mahama. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, moving on, the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana is asking President Akufo-Addo to sign the anti-gay bill into law. The church has bemoaned the government's delay in signing the bill after it was passed by Parliament, which says it was endorsed by 90% of Ghanaians. National President Roselyn Mawenam Kumasawu reiterated this at the centenary celebration of the Hajiga in Ho.
The headquarters of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana in Ho hosted the 4-day centenary anniversary celebrations of the Hajiga. The activities was climaxed with a church service at the Dela Cathedral. In a sermon, the moderator of the General Assembly of the EP Church Ghana, Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Agbeko, called on Christians to renew their faith in the Lord.
Where there is hopelessness, there is spiritual blindness. Where there is lameness, there is spiritual weakness. But God is able to turn things around, to make you have hope in order to see the future, the desired future. What you so hope for is what you will get.
The national president of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana, Hajihaga, Roselyn Mawenam Kumasawu, entreated the government not to brush the anti-LGBTQ bill under the carpet.
We want to treat with the government and parliament that the issue of the LGBTQA1+++ cannot be at limbo perpetually, and therefore we urge the president of the country, Ghana, to sign the bill into law, since over 90% of the population are in support of it.
Fiaga of the Agotime traditional area, Nene Nue Keteku, appealed to Ghanaians to ensure the country remains peaceful after the December 7th general elections.
Ne de novio da de ameka awo do ko le to. NDC MPP ni kata vureka le to mena la menami. Ni kata mi mo ti le ku le kanu. Ta mi ko ti fafa. Ne mi azo da beji. Ne ma un to pe do yo wo de Ghana ntila. Wa va menami. Be mi akongo pe yi.
The centenary celebration of the National Hajihaga of the EP Church was marked by a donation to the less privileged inpatients at the Whole Teaching Hospital and presentation of 14 royal palm tree seedlings to the EP Theological Seminary in Peki. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News. Ho.
Now for 2 days, Joy News showcased its production in the environment and climate change responsiveness to the public at the Green Film Festival in Accra. The Joy News Climate Focus series and hotline documentaries on illegal mining and environmental devastation featured prominently at the festival. At a masterclass lead producer of Joy News Climate Focus series, Kofi Edudomfe reiterated the essence of enhancing conversations on climate change in the country.
With a growing population and an economy reliant on industries like agriculture, Ghana faces increased climate vulnerability, similar to many West African nations. With extreme weather conditions and increased temperatures already affecting the economy and human security, leading to shifting living conditions across the country. Speaking to Joy News at the 2024 Green Film Festival in Accra, Kofi Edudomfe, lead producer of the Joy News Climate Focus series, urged government and key stakeholders to adopt innovative solutions to address climate change in Ghana.
One of the cardinal interests in coming up with this production at Joy News is to highlight the critical importance of the climate conversation. Climate change, as we all know, is a phenomenon that is currently with us, not only in Ghana, but the globe. And for us, we believe it's part of our responsiveness to create awareness, to drive the narrative around climate change, and most essentially, to bring policy to bear on the need for us to act in the area of mitigation and adaptation. We will not relent in our productions. Being a responsible media house, we continue to partner our responsible agencies and organizations in driving home this critical issue of climate change.
On tackling climate change in Ghana, Country Director for the Climate and Development Knowledge Network, Dr. Prince Ansan, stated that the organization is currently supporting several innovative solutions to address climate challenges in the country.
When it comes to the conversation about climate change, most of the time people think it's too technical, again, it's too academic and things like that. So what we are doing as CDCAN is to be able to break that conversation from that technical world or that research or the academic world to everyday language or everyday use. So essentially, we stand between the academic world who produce the research evidence and then the society who needs to hear and take action. Media partnership is one of the creative ways that we do, and we find Joy News as one of the key partners that have opened up their doors to have broader conversations about climate change.
For MFA Eli Ntiamwa, Strategic Programs Manager at Joy News, partnerships are essential in promoting environmental awareness and driving climate action.
If we were to be doing this all by ourselves, we will be so much limited. And so we need partners on board. The stories are a lot. And also to be able to cover the whole of Ghana, to appreciate the issues better, you would need partners to be able to work with. Of course, there are people who are already in the field. They have the knowledge, they know where to source, what kind of support, what kind of resource, you know, and even the source of the information as in terms of research, evidence-based research, that you need to be able to do the stories or to tell the public about what the issues are when it comes to sustaining the environment or protecting the environment. We are positioning ourselves as that media house that is able to rally and harness the necessary supports in that space to be able to do that.
Some patients shared their impression on climate initiatives showcased at the event.
The issue about climate is not just about attention and creation of awareness, but it is a call to action, and everyone is expected to answer the call, whether you are within the government sphere, whether you are a private individual, because at the end of the day, the consequences is coming to everybody. The consequences that, or the sun doesn't choose who to shine on. Are you getting it? We are all under the same heat, and everyone is supposed to take up the action.
Policymakers should take action on making sure people at a very local level are making slight changes to the way they do their things.
The film screening event also featured exhibition of projects, including green business innovations and ecosystem-based adaptation technologies. For Joy News, Stephen Menson's report read to you.
Now, on to the National Science and Maths Quiz. St. Augustine's College has clinched the last ticket to the grand finale of the NSMQ, shutting out Wesley Girls High School and Ghana National College. They will face rival Infantapim School and Keta SHST in the grand finale later this week.
In the last semi-final contest, Ghana National College surged ahead in the opening rounds, sparking hope among their supporters. But St. Augustine's College turned the heat up and took control, breezing through the remaining rounds with an impressive lead.
Wesley Girls High School has 37 points. Ghana National College has 49 points. St. Augustine's College has 52 points.
Even though Ghana National College nailed 3 out of 4 riddles, Augustine's grip on victory remained firm. The students erupted into cheers, celebrating their triumphant stride into the finale, proving their mettle and determination to bring the trophy home.
And since we started this contest from the 1A stage, we have been following our motto, which means perseverance conquers all. And as we are going into the final, we are going to conquer all through our perseverance. As we are going back to the college, we are going to get ready. Our boys will be ready for Wednesday. We are going to bring a trophy back to St. Augustine's College. You know, it's a rosary month. We're a Catholic school. ABSU 94. They came in 2019 and we won. They came in this year as well. We are going to win.
Now the grand finale promises an intense showdown, with St. Augustine's College set to face off against Keta Senior High Technical School and their long-time rivals, Infantapim School. With unwavering confidence and a fierce competitive spirit, Augustine's team is ready to give it their all, determined to write another chapter in the National Science and Maths Quiz history.
We are beating them, and this is hosted win. Keta School, we are coming live and colored for you.
We always beat Butcher in contest, and we are going to beat them again. They are dogs for a reason. We always carry them. We are going to beat them on Wednesday. As for Keta, we don't even care about them.
The big question remains, will Augusto or Infantapim clinch their 3rd trophy, or will Keta School make history by securing their very first National Science and Maths Quiz trophy?
Well, a question to be answered a little later this week. The 2024 National Science and Math Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Goyle PLC and supported by Pepsodent, Jupe, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, and Bitter Mold. The broadcast of the 2024 National Science and Maths Quiz is on Joy News and is supported by NASCO, Vitamilk, Virtual Security Africa, ACE Medical Insurance, Build Financial Technologies, DBS Roofing, Syntex Tank, Family Health Medical College, Chobox Technologies, and Action Secondary Technical, DPS Pipes, Waka Now, and Coronation Insurance. We'll be back shortly with Business Update.
It's time for business here on Joy News today. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Stakeholders in the mental health space are calling on policymakers to develop policies geared towards ensuring the mental health of citizens. Speaking at the 2024 EAP Summit, convener Patience Osekere explained that encouraging employers to prioritize the mental health of employees will boost socio-economic development. There is more in this report.
Mental health plays a crucial role in achieving socio-economic development. When individuals maintain good mental health, they are more productive, resilient, and able to contribute effectively to the economy. The 2024 EAP Africa Summit hosted government officials, CEOs, human resource experts, mental health practitioners, and other stakeholders from across Africa. It aims to highlight the need for investing in mental health and well-being as a driver for socio-economic development. Convener of the EAP Summit, Patience Osekere, called on policymakers to support efforts geared towards ensuring mental health across the country.
I'm looking to a Ghana whereby we can involve the government, we can involve politicians, we can involve, the presidency, because at the end of the day, when we're talking about socio-economic development, the mental capital contributes a lot. Because without the mental capital, you cannot achieve, it's a change catalyst. You cannot achieve socio-economic development. And I know sometimes it's a bit difficult and challenging to get people to understand that perspective. Because if you're not functioning very well mentally, or you've got things that is distracting you from work, there's no way you'll be able to focus on work.
Keith McMahon, Deputy British High Commissioner to Ghana, stressed the need for ensuring employee well-being in various workplaces. He furthered that this will promote productivity.
Just shows the importance that mental health awareness and mental health action has for communities and societies and for employers. So I think everybody that was come here today, CEOs, government representatives, health professionals, the fact that they're here in so many numbers today, I think just illustrates the importance of of mental well-being in today's society.
Small and medium enterprises have been advised to prioritize producing quality for the market as a way of enhancing competitiveness. Speaking at this year's MTN Pulse Just Be Series in Accra, Director of Strategy at S&D Chartered Accountant Solomon Sedinam called on SMEs and young entrepreneurs to pay attention to quality over quantity.
The Just Be series by MTN Pulse and the Diaspora is an annual event aimed at connecting entrepreneurs from the diaspora with the young business leaders in the country to find solutions to economic challenges. It also serves as an empowerment platform for the youth, as many skills are expected to be transferred to local businesses. After engaging participants at this year's Just Be series, business strategist at S&D Chartered Accountants Solomon Sedinam Agbemanya emphasized the need for quality in service delivery.
Once you want to become an entrepreneur, pay attention to what competition is doing. What are others doing that you are not doing? What is your competitor doing that you can do better of? And most importantly, find time and be intentional about adding value to your product or your service. And most importantly, let quality sit at the center of everything that you do as a service or as a product.
So one quote I always use is Nike's quote, just start. Right, because without taking a first step forward, you can't take the next and the next to fuel you towards something. So first of all, be passionate to drive change and impact, right? And then just take the step.
Diaspora and engagement lead at the Diaspora Ghana, Obaya Santua Dagadu, highlighted the importance of the event and what a Diaspora seeks to achieve.
Really about the empowerment of the youth, and a lot of the feedback that we normally get from this is how great it is, how empowering it is.
WO4 Business. My name is Winston Taki. We have more news for you after this break. Stay tuned.
Time now to bring you sports here on Joy News today with me, Muftao Nabila Abdullah. Manchester United has parted company with its head coach Erik ten Hag, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, who served as an assistant with Erik ten Hag, takes over as interim coach as the club recruits a new permanent head coach. Eric Ten Hag was appointed Manchester United manager in April 2022 and led the club to 2 domestic titles. Here is a statement from the club on its website. It says that Eric Ten Hag has left his role as Manchester United men's first team manager. Eric was appointed in April 2022 and led the club to 2 domestic trophies, winning the Carabao Cup in 2023 and the FA Cup in 2024. We are grateful to Eric for everything he has done during his time with us and wish him well for the future. Ruud van Nistelrooy will take charge of the team as interim head coach, supported by the current coaching team, whilst a permanent head coach is recruited. That is a statement from Manchester United following their 2-1 loss against West Ham United, which happened to be the final nail on the coffin of Eric Ten Hag. Now, MPA, they are champions of this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. They won 4 gold medals in the competition. They say anytime they are participating in a major competition like the Joy Sports Invitational, they go all out, and that was why they were able to secure those medals.
Medal table, please put your hands together for NPA, the National Petroleum Authority, winning the overall champions at the Joy Sports Invitational. Congratulations to you. Did you see this coming?
Yes, we saw it coming from the beginning, right from the beginning. We were prepared for this.
We didn't only see it, we knew it was coming. What was that special thing you did?
Well, we take sports seriously because sports helps us in our corporate world. So for us, sports is part of our culture. Sports is part of our DNA. And therefore, whenever we participate, we know that victory is going to be ours.
And indeed, victory was yours. Let me come to see. You've just been smiling as though you've just... I can imagine how excited you are.
Yeah, of course I'm excited among the disappointments and everything. But then we finally got the main trophy. That means among all things, we are still considered the best. So that was what we came for, and we had the best. Even though we were disappointed in some few competitions, at least we won the main thing. So that's the excitement. At least the first edition of the Joy Sports, we are the invitational competition, we are the defending champions and the first champions as well. So next year we are definitely coming back to defend.
Stronger.
Next year at least we should take 5 gold medals, yes, at least. And other categories we should place second, silver and bronze. So next year we are coming back.
How has it been for you?
Oh, it was very exciting. Very, very exciting. We didn't expect it to be as exciting as it was. But then, Joy FM as usual, anything they put together, it comes big. And we didn't expect this, but then it was exciting. Thank you.
ARB Apex Bank won 5 medals, 3 of which were gold, a silver and a bronze medal. Sephora Ventures also won 5 medals, 3 gold medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze. And this is how we wrap up sports here on Joy News today. We do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your time.
I'm out here tonight to tell you a story about lives that usually come alive when most of us are in the comfort of our homes. I'm talking about the stories of children out here in these streets.
Accra, a city that never sleeps. While most of us retreat to our homes, the streets tell a different story. Here at Tema Station, children call the streets home. Different groups have settled here, families, not bound by blood, but by circumstance. Poverty and unemployment push them to the streets, where survival looks very different. A mat beneath a bus stop, a mosquito net, and hope are their only shelter. But the night brings danger, and 17-year-old Samira shares her daily fears with me.
Sleeping on the street is very difficult for us because sleeping here, scammers, thieves, they are moving on us all around, all night and all day. So some people have been stealing our things, and we don't know. We are just managing to adapt until we go. It's just by the grace. It's just God gift. God just gifted us.
Despite the harsh conditions here, teenage mother Aisha believes life in Accra is still better than the struggle she left up north.
Life here is very difficult. It's very difficult. There's no work here. The work, if you want to get work, it will be difficult for you to get work. And if you went out to go and carry kaya, it will be very difficult to get that kaya.
Why did you come to Accra?
Just to find money. Because working on north is very difficult. And here too, we are just managing here.
Well, I've spent a little over an hour over here so far, and it's a fun life. You know, these children, they make the most out of what they have. There's a very communal spirit here. They're all belonging like family, and it's nice to see that although they lie here on the street and they only come out when most of us are in the comfort of our homes.
I spent the evening with one family. These children here, too young to understand their plight, also find happiness in the little things, like a simple day's routine.
Well, many thanks for joining us today on News Today with me, MFA Akosia Adeti. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. Bye-bye.